Hello. Testing Twitch. There it is. Testing YouTube. Cool, excellent, wonderful. Alright, so today was Monday. Gonna start out the week with with simple enemy design for the little Red Riding Hood game. Just because it's a little bit easier. Start out nice and easy. I'm gonna redesign the bat. So, problem with the bat. First of all, the problem with a lot of this is this stuff will be very small. So I have to like, and when I make it in the game, he can't see anything, but the hitboxes have to be the same now. So this is generally just has to be the same size. So I'm just gonna move around the proportions. I'm gonna play around with them here. Actually, should I just actually wait? There's a. What am I doing here? I can just. Uh, where are they? Yeah, I did do this already. Yeah, okay. New plan. We're gonna close this. We're gonna open this, actually. I'm gonna show you some behind the scenes stuff. Alright. So we already have, like, one for the bat. I just need, actually, I need to size this properly. So I need to get, for scale, this is angry bat, I don't want that, I want a regular bat. These are all very rough, and I just made them as fast as possible. I gotta make sure that these proportions mostly fit. So the problem is, like, the wings are really small. Okay. So I think I like this because the head and like the eyes are supposed to be really big because his mouth is gonna get bigger. So I think I can like. It's just that the wings are too small, so I'm gonna change that up. So we're going to. You have to give him like a very obvious shape because it's gonna be so tiny. Like, what do you make bigger? What do you make smaller? I think in this case, I'm not gonna make the nail that big. I'm gonna like give him like a swoopy thing right here, but I'm not gonna make it that big. This is gonna move, so it's not gonna. The wing where it is might be tangents right now, but I'm not gonna like worry about it too much. I want the proportions because I like the head. The head is gonna be the most expressive part. Um, so that's what we're gonna be doing here. Um, um. Okay. Anyway, problem is gonna be because there's so much like. I'm gonna. I mean, you can still see it from here. You can still like see the eyes from here. That's the main thing. We're just gonna simulate the zoom out. So like I can put the line. The thing is like these are all gonna be painted. They're not gonna be like what's the word? They're not gonna be. There's no line work. It's just like well, there's generally no line work. This line work still exists, but it's kind of subsumed into like the painting of the whole thing. It's like a style. Whereas like this is like fully full line work. I think if I remove the line work here, not that one, it doesn't hold up, but it's getting there. So I think we're gonna have like a line work on the bottom. That'll be like the darkness. It's not like as elegant as either of these. Maybe like if I change the maybe like the like that. Yeah, maybe this. Maybe this is more like it. But yeah, maybe thicker. This is yeah, bigger. So we have okay, so I'm gonna show you like I'm gonna break this down here. So the head is either big, this and the body is small, right? So big, medium, small. And then the wings would be medium. But this is not like a science. You just kind of have to look at it and say like what like right now I made the the head hasn't changed size, but I've increased the size of the wings. So now is the wings big and the head medium, but the body's still small. So have I done enough here, or do I have to make the? Because now it's if to me it's looking a little too similar, and like should I bother with that? Because the wings aren't that important. But at this point, like because I got the stylization, okay, I think I can like lower the size here until I'm happy with it. And again, it's not like it's not a science. Like I'm not gonna like right now it looks about the same size like width as the head, but that's not the same as like the presence, I guess. And even then, like it's just up to me, right? You just gotta have to guess. Hope your eye is tuned enough. Or you can also look at like how other people did it. Because like I look here and this is very good. This is very much like big, medium, small, all obvious. So I don't want them to be too thin because then you can't see it when you're small. This is a problem with like designing on stream because it's very much like it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy to think about what is good, bad, a lot of iteration. So I was thinking of making just like designing off stream, and then when I get to stream, it'll be something like just animating or like cleaning up, and I can talk about something else. Even though the thing is, like for me, cleanup is a little harder because it's like really boring. So it's a little harder for me to concentrate. So let me see. This is a little too big, but it's more hefty now. So maybe I can like make it a little bit smaller to make it very obvious. It's like this is about the same size as this now, but this is more hefty. Like this is a little thinner. I want this shape to be pulled out more. This little Dracula shape. Oh, hey, Last Gogeta. How you doing? It is it is a good afternoon. Yeah, I'm trying to make a more consistent stream schedule, so I'm working on easy stuff for Monday, and then and I also have like a ton of stuff, like ton of different directions are being pulled in, so I have to I really have to think about it. Yeah, so I'm doing like a simple one. I think this is good for the bat redesign from there to there. And oh, I assume you aren't having a heat wave over there, but we are reaching 32 Celsius. Man, I'm American. uh, 26 Celsius is like the human body temperature? No, 33. 33 is human body temperature. Celsius. It is the fourth one this summer. Oh man. Oh yeah, you're in London. You're in England. Let's look up 32 degrees Celsius. The Fahrenheit. 90 degrees. We had a heat wave. I live in the south, so we had a heat wave, and it was horrible. Like 90-degree days. Just 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit in American digits. Yes, in freedom units. Um, yeah, it's we had a heat wave. It's over now, I think. At least here, it's raining now. Thank God. Uh, like a month ago, it was just hell on earth. And but yeah, so it must be like terrible over there. You guys have forest fires and the like. Maybe it depends on the state. Yeah, yeah. California, they have quite a few, but yeah, um, a lot of forest fires. Forest fires really mess up basically. And actually, no, it's hurricane season is coming. There's a hurricane coming too. So yeah, it's just all around tons of problems. I mean, California gets everything. California gets all the problems, honestly. Crossing my fingers that transport doesn't collapse here. We can't handle cold, heat, or wind. Rain, we love it. Yeah. Oh man, I remember I was in Atlanta just for school, and they had like they're just not used to snow, so they don't have enough um resources to deal with snow. And I remember anytime it snowed, the school was out for like a week because they just couldn't handle it. So yeah, it depends on where you are in America. But yeah, it's very spotty types of stuff. California sounds like a fictional island from the second half of One Piece, from how some people describe it. Yeah, it just it's so big. First of all, it's so big and it's right on the coast, so there's all these different types of biomes. 90% of it's like I don't know, like farmland. And then you have the Bay, you have Los Angeles. Uh, there's a Pacific Northwest is up there with it, and like all the way down to friggin' Arizona. So it just has everything. Um, well, it was like there's floods, there was fires, recessions, which I guess does involve everybody, and droughts. Um, I said I said earthquakes, a lot of earthquakes. I don't think it hurricanes or tornadoes. What kind of natural disasters does Britain usually get? So I thought. Well, London basically has no natural disasters. Britain in general, floods do happen depending on where you are. Mm, I guess it's the climate in general that causes the problems in London. Wasn't there like there's a fog that was very deadly that one time, at least as far as I remember. And I guess you're talking about like the cold and anything but rain causes problems. You staying inside? You holding up? If I wasn't watching foreign news, a lot of these things would sound fictional. Yeah. We do like to talk and exaggerate quite a bit. Staying inside, but got work tomorrow, so hoping I don't need to be crammed in a boiling train or anything. Man, yeah. Ah, man, I remember when I was in Singapore as well, commuting in a train. Uh, Especially like a train that's packed. Yeah, you're crammed. Luckily, there was air conditioning. Even though Singapore is also famously way too hot. You try like you take a shower in the morning and you try to like keep that going, but the instant you walk outside, like it boils off you. Oh, there's no nose. This character doesn't have a nose. Oh, I guess. It was always in the morning too. These crammed trains. Obviously, I mean everyone's going to work, but uh, I always had a problem because like the day would start with not only like me trying to catch a train, but once I got to the train, everyone was like so like sad. They don't even like it's a little like I guess depressing start of the day, but yeah, whatever. Your social media engagement seems to have been going well recently. Yes, things have been picking up. Um, so I gotta like start to branch out a bit and like now that the shorts are doing well, I can. I've been talking some what's it called strategy with marketing or my friend who helps me with marketing. But yeah, things have picked up, so that's good. It's kind of baffling though how shorts work because sometimes it will take 2 days and then suddenly you'll get like 10,000 views on something. I think that was one thing that happened. It was like something got 20 or 60 views the first day, and then the next day it got 4,000 randomly. Um, we're trying to figure out why, but it's just we have no idea. Um, like this is part of the me trying to change how I do things because like I have 3 games I talk about on the shorts and I have to make new content, right? So I'm going to stream me making the stuff and Like every day I'll work on a different game. Um, so I can bring them all up and talk about what else I've been doing. I also have to do more devlogs. I have like a long form video incoming. But yeah, things have been looking up. You were there at the beginning though, so thanks for always engaging with the posts as well. Like you're there too, and just being here in general. So we got the bird. We got the bat and the bat. Actually, the bat's not done yet, but we're gonna color the bat now. The bat is purple, so I'm going to. Maybe purple and yellow, but it has to be very clear. Excuse me. No worries. It was worth engaging with, and I was lucky that Software Neos and some other big platform enthusiasts are looking out for the little guy. Yeah, yeah, I saw some of his stuff. Like he was commenting on my stuff too. Actually, is that what happened? 1 second. I'm subscribed to him, so I should have. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Aside from some characters for Rivals or Smack Studio, I'm looking to work on my own platform fighter focused video. That's cool. My let me see. Uh, well, what's the video gonna be about? It's gonna be like, are you making a platform fighter? Oh, Software Neos seems to be working on a collaborative Iceberg video as well. Yeah, looks like he's been doing like interviews. Yeah. But yeah, is your video about the platform fighter you're working on, or just like platform fighters? I'm not working on a platform fighter. I'm interested in making characters in games that allow it or mods. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, okay, yeah, because Rivals 1 has a workshop mode. Have you made some characters for that? Or you have. Or I think you said you did make Rivals characters. Smack Studio was the one where like they're really trying to get people to make it. My video would be looking at platform fighters in general, but I'd like to play even more since I've done more than most. Yeah, I've done but not close to all of them. Yeah, Max Studio has like the sandbox fighting game and it had the character creator. I think. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that is it. Making like rivals. I haven't actually made a rivals or Smack Studio character yet. Yeah, well, like I think the idea of making a creating a system to make a character that you can just like make yourself, that's really interesting. I mean, in general, there's Mugen. I don't know how Mugen works, but I think that was a big one. Those custom characters. So it's a very fascinating, and it's also like a thing you see these days, right? Like the after stuff like Minecraft, that stuff becomes super popular. Um, Even more so than it usually is. This yellow looks a little weird, but I'll figure it out. I want to show the. So is your video gonna be about like modding stuff into platform fighters? Because that'd be cool. Um, Modding stuff. Sorry, it's modding stuff into platform fighters. Sorry. I was planning to make like a one of these videos for like 500, 600 or something special, but I gotta do it fast now. Looks like we're getting there. I think actually, okay. So if I pull back, it's a little dull. The colors are a little dull. They're not like quite as vibrant as these. So I think, which makes sense. I mean, it's like a monster, but yeah, I guess. There's, I think it's orange. Orange is like the Halloween color. It wouldn't be about modding, but I would absolutely need to explore some of the modding scenes. Yeah, man, I think the indie space, I think in general, is like huge for that. Actually, I don't know how it is nowadays, but like I remember when it was a little bit like indie fighting games, I guess were a little bit bigger. Actually, I don't know. You know what? I just haven't been in the space for too long, so I'm not gonna even mention. I mean, I can even pretend to, like I know. Um, it's just typically indie games, indie anything is big on modding. You know, I want to call out this hook, so I'm gonna make it yellow like a gross hook. Uh, I wanted to make the eyes, the corneas blue, so you could like, so it shows the eyes. The focus here is in like the way the eyes look at a distance. I'm gonna have to make them even bigger because this stuff is gonna be so small. Ah, the colors might be a little too strange, but we'll see. Also, it's gonna have to be on a green background. Um, so we'll see. Yeah, it isn't a hard rule, but the more corporate they go, the less modding gets encouraged. Smash did have Miis, which are alright for what they are. Yeah, yeah, the Miis were okay. I remember more so the what's the word? At least some custom character options. Yeah, so the custom moves in Smash 4, they were okay, I thought. There was a lot of exploitation on them. I like the idea. Yeah, I like the idea of custom attacks, but it was mostly that like some characters just got like attacks that were pretty useful, and then they just never came to Smash 5. Or like Ganondorf got a couple things that were a little more useful than Warlock Kick. I think he has a horizontal one in that game. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Palutena is the only winner from Smash 4 to Ultimate as far as custom moves go. Man, I don't know enough about Palutena. Let's see. Did she get like was there like a great custom move? I don't remember like what was her attack? It was the auto beam, fireball, reflect. There's probably some like quality that they kept. But yeah, like I honestly I didn't play Smash 4 like competitively that much. Um I was pretty against it, but I did go to a custom combo tournament. I think Palu's counter also became a reflector and she got explosive flame. Okay, explosive flame was that. I thought she always had explosive flame. Yeah, it's I remember like going to tournament early on because I only played Smash 4 early on, where they had some custom combos and people were doing some nonsense. They also had the most diverse custom moves next to the Mii's. Yeah, I remember the Mii's had like there was also like a list of tournament legal Mii uh what's it called? Not coordinations. Configurations. Hello Parth. How are you doing? I'm surprised that like the Mii's were so in general, like Mii's in general, not in Smash, were so like popular and like customizable. I figured Nintendo would like put something in like you could like make your own moves and stuff, like give it some customization, like more customization. Break from late night homework. Oh yeah, it's only 2:30 here, but yeah. With Mii's, they could also have custom sizes which change hurtboxes, hitboxes, speed, and the like. Small Mii wasn't busted, but much smaller, or much stronger. Yeah, I remember like because of the custom, like they had like custom. You could power up characters because the Smash Run also had that. Uh, you could sort of customize like a special version. I can't remember. Man, God, it's been so long. But because the way Smash Run works, they made that system for everybody, and then they changed it to stickers. I just joined. What are you doing exactly? I am working on. I'm kind of trying to get myself into streaming more, so I'm working on an easy one. I'm working on the Red Riding Hood game. So right now I'm doing enemy design. Because the designs look like this right now. These are all rough. These like the designs that were in the game are all just completely rough. So yeah, so these right here, and I'm stylizing them so I can use them for other purposes, or actually put the final ones in the game because this game should have been simple, and I'm taking too long on it. But yeah, I'm gonna do this one, Red Riding Hood Monday, and then Tuesday I'm probably gonna might work on Aces, and then Wednesday I'll work on the Platform Fighter. So like I'll try to do that, um, so I can bring everything up at the same time. Good luck. Thank you. But yeah, I remember Mii's were banned most of the time in tournaments. I just remember that was the case, or either no one used them. I'm like a purist, so I don't like all the nonsense. But I mean, who knows? I remember Mii's being pretty good in Ultimate at the beginning. Um, I can't remember which one. Mii Gunner, I think. We're gonna have to add some shading to this. Yeah. This is still a concept, so I'm just gonna make this dark. Uh, yeah. So, in Smash 4, it was a mix of things. Custom moves were tried, but some led to infinites. Mii's had restricted sizes eventually, but some debated if one character couldn't use custom moves, or if it is a pain to unlock all custom moves that all of them should be banned. Man, yeah, unlocking things it's like a Smash specific thing. Unlocking things is like is in general like for fighting game people. I think it's gotten people are kind of tired of it, at least for competitive players. The Smash 4 meta was shaped considerably by unlock progression. Yeah. This was a long time ago, but I remember there was a guy at a tournament I was at. Wait, this is Brawl. This is Brawl days. You have to go through Subspace Emissary to get all the characters. Is this your? It's so the thing was that like Subspace Emissary takes so long that this guy was playing the entire tournament. He didn't even get close to getting the characters. Like, it's sad. Is this your first project? No. Aces Under the Moonlight would be my first project, and that's already out. This one is like my third. So there's Aces Under the Moonlight, the Red Riding Hood game, and what's the word? And then the platform fighter. No, no, what was it? Aces Under the Moonlight, platform fighter, then the Red Riding Hood game. So this game right here. Dragon Slayer. Hey yo, man. I'm a big fan. Love your stuff. I can't believe you haven't gone viral yet. Thank you, man. We're getting there. We're getting there. People will see. People will see. Yeah, I'm just working on. I'm working on the Red Riding Hood game. So I'm just trying to design the enemies right now. The finalized enemies, so I can get this game out. I need to get this game out. Yeah. So she like Smash 6 for Smash 6, do you think like they should bring back custom moves? I think they should make just a customizable fully customizable thing. Now that Rivals is out, now that Smack Studio is out, you know, expand this stuff. AAA customizable character, that'd be something. Not sure about Brawl, but most Smash most Smash games have a method to get all the characters moderately quickly, but generally you don't want to do it on setups during tournaments. At Dragon Sled, great things take time. Yeah, they do. But I have been taking a little bit too much time. Thank you, though. Yeah, you generally just don't want to worry too much about unlocking things during tournaments, because I remember Street Fighter 4. When Street Fighter 4 came out, it had such a ungodly unlock system to get Goken, especially. That's a thank you, Parth. It had such an ungodly system to unlock characters like Akuma and Goken, and they didn't tell you how. They just kind of had to figure it out, or someone else had to tell you. And then Smash, Super Street Fighter, I think, just did away with that. You got all the characters at once. It's okay. Everyone has their own pace. Thanks, man. Thanks, Parth. It's yeah. I like to make things that look like, I need to the standards, right? Like you need to have your standards. Parth, what are you studying? I guess what were you studying a second ago? Said you had some homework, so I was wondering. But yeah, I remember Brawl, there were ways to get all the characters without Subspace Emissary. It kind of depended on I don't know if there was a character that was easier to get without Subspace. Probably Jigglypuff. I don't mind unlock conditions. They just need to have cheat codes so we don't have to share save files. Having everything at once is dry as well. Yeah, sorta. Yeah, I do feel like it just for me. I liked unlocking stuff. I like the surprise as well. Um, Smash had famous, right? Smash was famous for here comes new challenger, and you had like the siren noise. I really enjoyed the what's it called? I remember like the big one I had a problem with was Mewtwo, I think, because Mewtwo was took 200 consecutive hours of gameplay to get it. Every Smash had multiple methods for basically every character. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I want to keep this simple, so I don't want to like spend too long. Also, there's a rim light. No, it should be here. So give it some dimension as well. Dragon Slayer, so I have. So I have a question about the Red Riding Hood game. What's the game about? Like the gameplay, what is it? I haven't really seen much of this game. I've only been following your fighting game. Yeah, so the Red Riding Hood game is a very simple game. Like I don't want to I think people are thinking like it might be a platformer, which maybe in the future, but it's like uh like can I just show you actually? I think I can just show you. Um 1 second. Yeah, I can show you. Okay. Let me put this here. Okay, I'm going to do some OBS stuff. Where is studio mode? Okay. Was it new? If I go here, I can choose. I can make this bigger. All right. All right. Transition. All right. I can't do this. Transition. All right. So this is all rough stuff. Mewtwo King is Mewtwo. Sorry, Mewtwo. Mewtwo is easier than you think. 20 hours of versus. It scales with how many controls are plugged in and if using Lightning Smash, or 700 matches. Still, either buying multiple controls to save time or having Nest fall and Jungle Japes over and over. Neither optimal strategy is perfect. Yeah, it was Mewtwo was the last one I got from Melee. But I do remember like it was like I got everything else and then like randomly it just showed up one day and it's like, oh man, I haven't heard that in a while. It was very interesting. But the Google the Red Riding Hood game. This is Red Riding Hood game, and it's very simple. It's very simple. So typically, it's like the Google Runner game. You can just stand back here, or you can try to stand back here. The bats home in on you. So you have this air dash, and you can air dash into enemies, and if you can chain it as well. So if you combo it, you get more points. But it's kind of endless. But eventually, if I get 1,000, yeah, now the screen will get bigger. And it will get a little bit harder. I'm gonna change this. I don't want the difficulty to be like very strict like this. I want it to go on forever. It's like a high score game. But this is all the rough stuff. The Red Riding Hood herself, I think she's done. All her animations are done. So I have to make the all the other stuff. There's a day-night system, and I'm realizing I'm using an older version because I don't have it on this computer. I'm making this on the Mac, on the what's the word? In JavaScript. I was learning JavaScript, so I just use my knowledge of Godot. Oh boy, this is gonna be hard. Oh, it's hard mode. I have to concentrate. Uh, why'd I do this? Okay. All right. So there's like high score here. This is my score here. Hey man, this is pretty cool. Looks pretty fun. Love your art, by the way. Thank you. Yeah. So this is thanks, Dragon Slayer. Yeah, this is the I use my knowledge of game engines to basically make a game engine in vanilla JS. There are some problems. Uh, the function I'm using to draw to the screen, I guess it's a little inconsistent between computers for some reason. This is like the dinosaur game, but with attacks. This is exactly that. You want to start simple. Aces Under the Moonlight is Pong, and this is the Google dinosaur game. So I just started there and just expanded on it. Same with Aces Under the Moonlight was Pong, and then I expanded on it over time. The platform fighter was I did after Aces Under the Moonlight, so I had a lot more experience. And on top of that, I used to play these games competitively, so I have a lot of knowledge, like specialized knowledge on it. But even then, it takes a very long time. And they're still relatively simple games. Imagine dying. In facts. Yeah, this is a little mean spirited, but this all will change though. She has like a grandma she's trying to get to, and she's like a robot puppet, right? But yeah, I really have to finish this. I started this like a year ago. I've been working on this and the platform fighter on and off. But the point of this one was supposed to be like, oh, I'll get a game out really fast so I can like do stuff. Um, yeah, but unfortunately there's really not much to this game. The only thing I can also do is okay, yeah. So it works with touchscreen as well. So this is simulating an iPhone 12, and this is simulating touchscreen. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but it's messing up for some reason. Like it shouldn't be zooming in like this. So like I wanted to put it on mobile as well. Can we use their dead bodies as shields? I was thinking of doing like the smash cannonball effect. So like when you hit them, they have an active hitbox so they can kill other enemies. So maybe I can get that. Um, but yeah, that's the problem is like that's smartphone support. Neat, yeah. So like the problem is like that's literally what this game is. It's a little too simple. Um, but I've been like adding and adding and adding stuff on the back. So I want to get this stuff done for now, and then later on, uh, I'll add like power ups and like a real day night system. Like stuff changes at night. Will there be character skins? There won't be character skins. 2D games are a lot harder to do character skins. You basically have to make a completely new character. Maybe for Red Riding Hood, it won't be that bad because she's not that complicated a character. Um, but for Aces and the platform fighter, I just kind of have to. I just kind of have to make like the goated designs. I just have to do it. I have to go all out for those. Um, but like maybe for the Red Riding Hood one, since they're like relatively more simple. Uh, not to paint this is a problem because like this Red Riding Hood stuff. Well, it depends actually. Yes. So let me see if I can. So, but you can also see like they were all very everything was very small because it was a mobile game. So I have to make all the character stuff really big. Um, I think on the head I'll give some more like How did you come up with the channel name? I needed a name. This is the name of my company. I needed a name that no one had. So I usually come up with like very unusual, very exaggerated names. Aces Under the Moonlight, also a really weird name. I don't think anyone would have. But like, think about it like I'm making a bunch of stuff. Um, so it's like an inferno of making a bunch of stuff, right? Stuff like that. Arxists are crazy. It's compliment for making so many sprite variants in Blaze Blue. Man, Arxis is like the best ones because they stuck around the longest, right, for doing 2D stuff. I think they're still doing it, or at least they reuse some stuff for BB cross tag. Yeah, but they're great. They're because they like have a lot of respect for it, right? Because they when they made Guilty Gear Xrd, they were like, we have to try to keep the artist's intent in here. So they have a lot of respect for 2D art. Um, have you added sound effects? I haven't added the final sound effects. I guess I didn't. I guess you can hear them. It was like me making noise. Hang on 1 second. I'll re-bring it up. Uh, where's my thing? Oh, you're still here. I still got it. Okay. As far as the big studios, they're the biggest 2D sprite holdouts. I can actually see them making more of them. I hope so, because I love 2D art. KOF 13 is still the best looking game ever. Period. Like, I'm going to turn on the voices. Like, this is me making the noises. All right, so first thing I have to set to turn you off. All right, and let me turn on Sense Audio Properties. All right, all right. So this is the noises, temp noises I've made for this game. Let me know if you can actually hear them. So far, this is just what I've made so far. Um, they're just me making those noises. Oh, oh shit! I messed up. Um, what the hell? Why? Did, why is it like that? Okay, it's like here. I think that might be a little loud. But yeah, there's the air dash noise, and there's the kill noise. I have to leave now. Thanks. Hey, thanks for coming, man. I'm gonna try to do this tomorrow as well. I gotta get a stream schedule out, but thanks for coming. Good luck on your homework. But yeah, I did have noises. You're a bit zoomed in during the demo, yeah. Yeah. So I went back in. So I think this is good. I want to do something with this wing. Maybe it's better if I don't. I think I'll just add like a rim light over here so you can like. I have to keep in mind that the background is green and blue, and then there's also the problem is there's also a purple background, so, or like a purpley night background. So you like the rim light keep like separates them from the background better. I am also the first person to like the stream. Thank you. Yeah. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, Parth. Thank you for coming. I hope to see you later. Um, so I'm thinking this is okay. So, like, I'm trying to look at the colors here are, you know, it's pretty okay. I should put them pretty much. I need to put them like together in the actual game. But I think let me see the bat. The bat was not that difficult to animate, or none of these enemies are difficult to animate. What is this about? Oh boy. Okay, we're good. Okay, I thought I had to do something. So the enemies aren't that difficult to animate. They're not supposed to be. But let me pull this here. This one is like the most frames. This one has 6 frames, so I'm gonna have to do something with him. We'll see. Because now the wings aren't that big a deal. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Once I start animating, I'll get the rough animations. It won't be that difficult. I remember when we were talking about unlocking characters. Was there like a? I'm thinking of like a total bullshit one, that I was so mad about. Actually, you know what? I guess I wasn't that mad about unlocking characters. The DLC stuff kind of annoys me because you have to have all the DLC for tournaments, so you're like kind of have to buy everything. Like if you're gonna use a tournament setup, you have to have all the DLC, which annoys me personally. So I remember I haven't bought that much DLC for Smash. I remember I got Ryu, Mewtwo, and Roy for Smash 4. And then I got only Sephiroth for Smash 5. Sephiroth was a very good character. I don't think they're worth $6, but Sephiroth was a very well done character. Probably my favorite or second favorite in that game, after Fox. I think Smash is better than most series since there are multiple options. In Fighter Z, You have an option for SSB Goku Vegeta, but no option for Android 21. Wait. In Fighter Z, you have an option for SSB, but no option for Android 21. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. You have to. Okay, yeah, right. I understand. Yeah. So you can get 100% of Smash characters in any Smash game in standard multiplayer. This is not true for SF4 or Fighter Z. Definitely. Yeah. Um, Not counting DLC, right? Yeah. DLC has been my enemy for a while now. I'm old. Maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm just too old fashioned. But I'm so like the way I look at it is like it's was it $60 for Smash. Each DLC fighter is 1/10 of that. It's not anywhere. The math doesn't math. But like I bought Sephiroth, so like I think I don't know. It just gets to me. Like why? And what gets to me more is that they make them really strong. Tekken does. I'm probably old. You might be actually, yeah. Um, you might be older. Tekken does this the worst I've heard is that like they intentionally just bring out the DLC character way too powerful and then nerf him. Um, but I think everyone does that because Smash had some overpowered garbage. Like even Joker was a little too powerful. Terry has the Go Sauce, which is really powerful. Banjo was surprisingly normal. Um, Paramithra, obviously Steve. Steve is the big one. Min 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 was DLC. I don't think she was that powerful. I think she's just extremely annoying. Um, Sora also pretty good character. I don't know what I think Sephiroth was pretty good. Oh, Kazuya also famously powerful. So the first one, okay, Hero. I don't think he was that powerful, but he was. Hero got so much hate despite being mid balance wise. Yeah, the dice roll. Yeah, people didn't like. I don't like the dice roll either. But yeah, he's not very good. Banjo Kazooie were just very standard in every way. Terry had the ghost sauce. Byleth, I can't remember. They were just so reviled. He was the first one to get bans in specific regions for Ultimate. Yeah, Hero, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, like I said, I'm a purist, so I don't like Hero. I don't like Steve. I don't like I don't like meters really in Smash at all. So I don't like Joker or Terry either. I think the reason like Byleth might be considered high tier is because MKLeo used him for so long. Piranha Plant. Oh my god, I forgot. Piranha Plant. Not overpowered. Just a very silly inclusion. Byleth was kind of strong, but in a fair way. Yeah, he wasn't like, or she wasn't like very overpowered. So. I mean, okay, I think let me expand this. It's gonna be sort of. The Plant is winning tournaments even now. Everyone had a bit of DLC sauce, but Banjo possibly. Yeah, Banjo didn't really have the sauce, right? He didn't have like that DLC swag. He was a very good interpretation of the character, especially visually. He looks very good, like very, very, very good, which is something Smash is obviously very good at. The problem is that it was very obvious why Kazuya was strong early on, but not Steve. Yeah, I think Kazuya hits like a fucking truck and can combo into it. Steve took a minute. I've heard that people, yeah, I mean, like, obviously, well, people are still extremely angry, obviously, but I mean, personally, I'm a lot more fine with banning characters, I think, than most people. Like, even back in Brawl days, I was like 100% okay with banning at least Ice Climbers, even though they never did it. Steve was basically what Shulk fans threatened us with since Smash 4, but the potential was actually fulfilled. Yeah. Shulk is also pretty good, just in general, but yeah. Steve is... I think it's just like... The game has gotten campy, really. Like, I'm looking at the tier list, and it's like... Was it Game & Watch? Was I up there? Sonic is up there? I think we did this last time. Smash Wiki. Oh shit, you're still hearing it. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Yeah, I can't. I don't think I can play that stuff here. Not get like struck. But yeah, this song, this hit the hit the gas is the best one. Like legitimately, just an amazing song in general. Um, yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna have to turn it off right now. But where is tier blah 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 blah. Like that song was like it's like just a good song in general. Like the other ones I wasn't too much of a fan of. Street Fighter song last year, No More Quarters, that was amazing. Beast of the Valley, that was amazing. Hit the Gas is correct. Yeah, it is amazing. It's so like in its own tier as well. It's so good. Okay, let's see. It's okay. So it's Steve, Sonic, Snake, Game and Watch, Rob, Pirate, Mithra, Kazuya, and then Diddy Min is above Fox. Damn. Okay. I guess Min does have that DLC swag. Well, actually, now look at so there's one Steve, normal, 2, 3, 4, 4 DLC in the top 10. I think SF6 consistently gets good ones. Not sure I heard last year's. Yeah, No More Quarters is really good. Run Back City is really good. Like it's 3 years in a row has been pretty good. It's just that Hit the Gas is like 10,000 times better. Just... And the whole song, like the full song, is great. It's amazing. The eyes are important here, so I have to like do something extra with them. I need to like maybe like a really bright blue to contrast with the red. I need more saturation. Yeah, Min is kind of good, and people do find her toxic as well. I mean, yeah, like a lot of these characters are pretty toxic. I mean, I find Rob toxic, but that's just me. I think they're like these are very like campy characters. Snake. I mean, I have like PTSD from Brawl, but like he's the way too strong. It should be red. I should just go for the red so you can actually see it. Min Min, yeah, it just annoys me. It's just the campiness. I mean, I play Fox, so it's not impossible to deal with hers, but I should change the colors of the eye when you can actually So the bat will change states from here, like from that one on the left to this one on the right. So I want to change the eye colors. The eye is gonna be the big thing. Um, something like weird. Something like really weird and toxic. Orange. These are the Joker colors, so. And then red. You think Brawl Snake PTSD is bad? Try PM 3.6 Snake P. Man, they had like I remember when PM first came out, they were like, why they make Snake give more stuff? Like I don't know how they balance Snake, but they gave him more stuff. Like you could his down throw, he could put the C4 on you. I don't. Like, I hated his down throw in general. That's so stupid. You can just tech chase you. I think Snake in Brawl is probably stronger, but he seems more honest. I'm not. I don't have enough experience with the other Snakes, but man, I didn't like Snake. He. The problem with Brawl Snake is that he's a heavy, but he also like his projectiles basically nullify all the weaknesses of a heavy. A big thing about heavy is that they're slow, they're combo food, and like their recovery is usually terrible, right? But they survive long and they hit hard. And Snake is like incredibly slow, but he doesn't have to go anywhere because he has stage control. He has like grenades, he has mines, he has Nikita. So he has a lot of stage control, so he doesn't have to like actually hold space that much. And the other problem is like he's combo food, so first of all, Brawl, not many combos. They're really hard to do. And secondly, he has grenade pull. He has a one frame grenade pull. So he can get out of every combo. And on top of that, he'll survive longer than you. He has such absurd survivability in that game. It's like everything he was supposed to have like weaknesses, and they decided to say, you know what, we're not gonna think about that. it's I didn't like it. On top of that, his hit. That's why like okay, his hitboxes are giant. Fine. Well, all heavy has giant hitboxes. You know his recovery. He survives long. All heavies survive long. He's slow as hell. All heavies are slow as hell. But like he just. This was in Brawl. He can just. He had all the upsides, none of the downsides, and then he was like He was second place in the tier list. I was not happy about that character. Snake is also small as hell due to crawl. Yeah, he could get under projectiles, so he wasn't even like. That's the one thing about heavies is that, like, they aren't nimble. So like you couldn't outzone him. And unlike Kirby, he could advance, right? He could advance towards you while crouching. He could invalidate the hurtbox weaknesses and have a crouch cancel too. Yeah, oh my god. I don't know, like it just gets me like this is what like I kind of stopped playing fighting games is that they just don't care enough about the game. You can feel it at this point. The people who make it don't care enough about this stuff. So this is this experiment load. That's too dark. Okay. There's so many problems with that one character. So annoying. And then there's Meta Knight, which just like they didn't even bother. Like Meta Knight has a singular weakness, and it's that he has slow air mobility, but it matters so little because he has 6 jumps and unbelievable aerials. If I could have one buff for Smash Alt Terry, I'd want to crouch walk like Fatal Fury special. I'd take a nerf in exchange if need be. Yeah. I mean, projectiles in Smash Ultimate are a little too powerful, in my opinion, but as well. I want to make sure something. What has the? This should be faster. Yeah, it's just that. Oh, this is 4 frames, so yeah, it's faster. Okay, good. I haven't gotten Terry. I don't think. Yeah, I didn't get Terry. I played him though because I went to tournaments and started playing him. Never got him though. I want to play the old Fatal Furies. Actually, I want to go back and play King of Fighters 13. I just feel like it was a pretty fun game, even though it's also pretty broken. Team DLC kind of messed with the balance of that game. You know, actually, speaking of buffs for our characters, I think Fox should get his like auto cancel laser back. I was so mad about that in 4. Like that's such a interesting thing to his gameplay. It's just and now it's gone. So dumb. Fatal Fury Special is really fun, and the first Fatal Fury even has co-op. All games are good, even if flawed. Yeah, man, like yeah, all games, like especially fighting games, like they get better with time, and people just kind of abandon them. That sucks, man. Auto cancel laser for Fox would basically be harmless in any game but N64. But it's basically a Falco laser, yeah. Yeah, so it's just kind of surprising. Like, why would they make it not auto cancel in 4 all of a sudden? As if that was a problem. N64 laser was also yeah, it was like the one that would flinch. Let me see. I mean, all right. I think we got. I think this is good. This is good. I think we got. Any old fighting games from the 90s that you like to play still? From the 90s, I play Street Fighter 3 occasionally. Not seriously, but occasionally I do like it. I don't play Smash 64 that much, so I can't say. And do I still Oh, I actually bought a bunch of Are they on Steam? They might be on the N64. SNK put like their whole like a bunch of arcade classics, and I've been going through the Fatal Fury series. I guess not really. Other than Street Fighter 3 from the 90s, because I was really young in the 90s, so I don't think I actually was old enough to like seek them out again, but I was because I like sprite art so much, I go back to some of these games. I go back to like the Garo Mark of the Wolves. Only on arcade, but valid. Yeah, Garo Mark of the Wolves, the original Garo Mark of the Wolves. I actually went and watched that, or went and played that a little bit. I don't know if that was 90s though. When was that? Was 2002. To was 2002, right? Yeah, Unlimited Match was 2002. Yeah, I did play that on recommendation. I don't play many games from before my time as well, but I do play some arcade platformers from the 80s, like Bionic Commando. Yeah, I think we talked about this. Like yeah, Bionic Commando, the original. I do go back. I still my N64, so I play the Garo is also 1999. Yeah, yeah. I do play a lot of old um what's the word? The platformers from the N64. I still play Mario 64. That's fun. Like I said, I do play some Smash 64, but not usually. Zelda. I play Ocarina of Time literally constantly. I love that stuff. That's a great game, obviously. But I'm going to. Okay, so I think the bat's fine. The bat's doing fine. I'll put on a green background and see. He might be too purple for his own good. Excuse me. Now there's the B. Oh wait, let me remove the lines. Okay, there's a little problem here because this should be backlit or like underlit. So still thinking of the kind of games I still play. There was a game Star Wars Pod Racing. I love that. Still play that. That's like one of the best racing games I play. Garo, Mark of the Wolves. And now City of the... Oh, actually, yeah, I've been thinking of getting City of the Wolves as well. We'll see, maybe. The main problem is, like, because I don't like to play games a lot anymore in general. I usually just like drawing now. Like, I buy them, but I don't usually play them. I've been playing some City of the Wolves, but finding time is challenging. Yeah, time is difficult, especially your fighting games. They're so time intensive, and like I think for me, like I would like to like practicing combos are a thing, and that also takes a lot of time. So it's very slow progress, and then you have to do something else, so it's even slower progress. Uh, I may be cursed. Other than Smash, the only new bigger fighting games I've been interested in are Garo, City of the Wolves, and Hunter x Hunter Net Impact, which had PR battles. Um, oh, PR battle, yeah, yeah, yeah. City of the Wolves had like they added the weird guest characters, and then Hunter x Hunter Net Impact is just like kind of looks low quality. Obviously, I haven't played it. Yeah, but I think like City of the Wolves, I guess, was just a niche game. You know, it was a lot more like a classic sort of uh fighting game. I am not interested in Virtua Fighter, but that's coming out as well. I don't really like 3D games, 3D fighters, like Tekken as well. Uh, Soul Cal they're fun for like casual stuff. Like Soul Calibur's fun casually, for me. But I don't think I really played them a lot. Maybe I should get into them. Who knows? I don't like Tekken. I just don't like it at all. I think Hunter x Hunter Net Impact. Hunter x Hunter Net Impact. It seems like it's getting a little, a lot of marketing. At least from my end. Maybe I'm just on the internet a lot, but it seems like a very small game that's getting quite a bit of marketing. You know? Okay. With Garo, it seems to be turning things around. Yeah, it is. Hunter x Hunter is getting a lot of unneeded hate, if you ask me. But I only play the demo a bit and have a bias for anything with super sweet music. As for 3D games, I like that VF is coming out, but would prefer to play a port of VF4 Evo if possible. These are stuck in Yakuza arcades, I think. Wow. I'm surprised. Like, they have they released a VF collection? Just having a bunch of the older games. I think they have. Yeah. I like Tekken, but lost interest as it got more super meter, which is universal unlike Smash. Yeah, they have been like adding. They're like the opposite of Virtua Fighter. They've just been like adding more and more and more and more and more. Um, or at least that's how, like, I guess I don't play Virtua Fighter, so I don't know if they've actually. I'm pretty sure Virtua Fighter is also like expanded and added more stuff over time. No VF collections on anything modern, at least. Yeah, I think they should. They should, like, for VF6. Like, you want to get that hype train going. Like, release a collection. Apparently, no collections is wow. Yeah, they should really get on that. They should like, let people see what Virtua Fighter is. Like, you can have some fun with like the retro classics. I think VFS is like a lot less well known. Like the history of it as opposed to Street Fighter or Tekken, so they can like show concept art, early stuff. Have There's a pretty good collection if they could get all that in there. Um, because they've been like re-releasing VF5 for so long. But yeah, Net Impact has gotten a lot, a lot of unneeded hate, and it's supposed to be like just I think it really just is supposed to be like a niche thing that they're really working on. Like the people behind it are really working heavily on, like with a lot of passion. So since VF has stayed a lot more consistent than its rival series, it's easier. It's an easier transfer to other games in theory. Yeah, I just think like I don't know popular. I'm pretty sure VFS is very popular in Japan, definitely 100%. But like I think internationally, like if they made a collection and they gave like behind the scenes stuff, you can introduce people to the world and the characters and excuse me, the history, and then you can get to VF6. Um, yeah, but I think VF has stayed like they really try to keep the balance, the not the balance, like the game system consistent. With Net Impact, it is published by Arc System Works in some regions, so people will ignore Budget Studio and say, "Why doesn't it look like Blaze Blue or Strive?" Yeah, that's right. Because Arc System Works like publishes a lot of stuff. Though. Yeah, people don't. It's like directed or like produced by Michael Bay, and it's like people have some expectations here. It's like he just produced it. He didn't make it. He didn't direct it. Stuff like that. I think City of the Wolves, though, I think they really tried a little too hard. They spent too much money on marketing, I think, and getting Ronaldo and the other guy. I think they kind of overestimated that. People on the internet though, it's just like that. Okay, I'm gonna. I think, yeah, I think the only bright side is that they spent so much money that I'm confident that they will fulfill their promises as far as modes and characters. Yeah, they're kind of locked in now. But I am more, I'll say, what's the word? Optimistic about the future of SNK games because, like, at least for me, like, the gameplay, you can talk about KOF. I just thought the polish was so low of the last two KOF games, and City of the Wolves was like a lot more stylized. It's like a big jump. I like ring outs as a win condition, so I'm looking forward to it coming to Garo. Yeah, I remember that because when I was like looking up platform fighter stuff and like researching and stuff for the game, you see like all this stuff that comes from the KOF that's in Smash, and like, yeah, ring outs was one of them. That does look good from a distance. Also, those are like creative stages, right? Having ring outs in stages. I'm sure I say it all the time, but Sam Show still has an edge for me as far as modern 3D SNK aesthetics. Yeah, yes. Sam Show also had like, also a unique aesthetic. I feel like Sam Show's has a still unique look to it. A little underwater. Like me, my voice. Yeah, I'm. I don't know. I think I'm talking. I've been talking too long. Weather. Yeah. I might. I'll stick around for about 5 more minutes, and I think then I'll head out because I think I got the bat done. But yeah, I'm not used to talking this much. I'm not actually much of a talker, so it's just been like over time because I made all these shorts. I think I've gotten more used to it. I think Sam Show was made by like the Street Fighter guy, a Street Fighter 4 art director, I think. So that's good. Street Fighter 4 was like such a revolutionary reintroduction to the entire genre. Yeah, a lot of things that the FGC thinks is Smash specifics are in other titles. KF is notable influence for sure. Yeah, I try to make my platform fighter like a little closer to it. The dash hopping where like you jump and you go in this arc. That comes from like the hop system, hyper hop, like short hop, long hop, that sort of thing. I'm gonna work on this guy. His stinger is gonna be his weapon, so I'm gonna. Oh, and on that digital input thing, I don't remember any games that did it specifically well, but but want you to consider keyboard players too. Yeah, I gotta get thinking about that more. Because Ace on the Moonlight you can use both, but I think Multiverse like had a good control for keyboard. So I should look into that because that's kind of if you have PC like if it's a PC game you should have keyboard controls. It's like the default. Basically, someone with a PC always has a keyboard, so it's a good thing to consider. Should make like small wings because the wings just like beat back and forth. This character doesn't animate; he just kind of moves up and down, and the wings animate. And they beat back and forth. I think Multiverses also did custom control, so that was also pretty big. Yeah, I'll definitely look into all that stuff when actually no, I should look into it now because controls really changed how the game is played. I didn't even like up until like the box, the leverless all button box for Smash came out. I didn't even think you could really play Smash that well with digital inputs. I haven't played MVS yet, but Slap City seemed to do it well. Oh, Slap City also is okay. I should look into that too. Okay. Um, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Um, yeah, I will. I will see you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for coming. I'll try to get some more videos out. I only played Slap City on PC briefly as a beta, but played it a bunch on Switch. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look into that. Because everyone loves Slap City. I remember like when it was going to tournaments and stuff. They Slap City was like pretty quickly there. But yeah, I think. Let me see. Let me get to studio mode. I do have to leave. See ya. Thanks. Thanks for coming. I will. Uh. I'll see y'all next time.